the master IELTS grammars in 16 days. Actually, this is a complete grammar course. And when we will start the course, first day of this course, then after completing first class, you will understand that what you are getting from us. Then if you think that, yeah, we should continue this course, we should continue 16 days with this organization, then you can. Otherwise, you can leave. Okay. So this course is starting from today, September on 2024, and every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday, we will be in this class. And generally, we will organize at Bangladesh time 8:30 p.m. But today, after completing every class, we will give you the recorded class so that you can review it next time. And another most important thing, after completing every class, we will give you lecture sheet with practice, exercise. And now, Mr. Okta, uh, international English teacher, and he is the chief advisor of this institute, Langfluency. Now it's turn to Mr. Okta of his starting speech, welcoming speech of this course. That means what we are going to get from this course and how will be benefited and what is actually Langfluency. So it's turn of our chief advisor, sir. Please tell something about uh, our institute to our students.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Jim. Yeah, Mr. Jim is the founder of Lang Fluency. He is so awesome, young, and really so talented. And he is so awesome. Bangladesh, you should be proud of him. He is one of the best young, very talented from Bangladesh. But his vision is really so big, very huge, is really globally. Yeah, mashallah. All right, let me know, Fahim, Jas, and Janatul Jeba, are you from Bangladesh or do you have another country? Let me know.
Hi, I'm Fahim Rahat. I'm from Bangladesh.
Okay, what about Jas? Hello, Jas.
Hello, hi. I'm from
Hi.
Bangladesh, Dhaka.
All
Hi, how
right.
are you doing?
Oh, I'm good. Nice to meet you. Can I call
Hi.
you Jas, or do you have another name?
Yes, my alternate name is Jasmine,
Oh,
and
Jasmine. Okay.
yeah, as I'm outside, that's why I cannot come to a video.
All right. No problem. I don't mind. Okay. Please stay there.
And we are starting in the name of Allah, the most courteous, the most merciful. So let's start the course. This is our day on of 16 days challenge. Master IELTS grammar in 16 days. So our today's topic with introduction to tense. Many people think that why tense? Tense is a very basic grammar of learning English, and we can understand you. You are teaching us. We are learning through English language. So we have a great command in tenses, but in this 16 days of total English course, grammar course, we will discuss everything, every basic thing of English grammars. So we have started with basic, tense. So now introduce to tense. What do you understand with tense? Tense indicates the time of an action or stage of being. That means where you are being, what you are doing, everything expressed with this tense, this simple or tense. And what is the importance of this tense? Understanding tenses is a crucial for effective communication, and it's a key component of English grammar. That means when I was little, my father told me that tense is a father of English grammar. Yeah, now we are understanding because if you know tense, if you have you don't know anything, simple complex compound, voice, narration, articles, determinants, anything you don't understand, but you have some knowledge in 12 tenses, then at least you can speak English, you will understand English. So that's all, that's the importance. So first, present simple, I mean, which is called also present indefinite tense. And present indefinite tense actually describes habitual actions or general truths. Okay, what is being happen like generally. And if we think about the form of this tense, then subject based from and s and es for third person singular. Now, why s and es? What is the difference? Okay, actually, if there is uh, first person or second person, then we don't have to add anything after base from. Like for I, you, we, they, we will not use s or es. But for third person, like he, she, is he, she, Rohim, Korim, Sana, Fahim, we will use s and es. Like for example, first sentence is uh, third person singular based subject sentence, like she writes a letter every day. Here she is third person and a singular number, like she is a one person. So we will use is after base form of the verb. Here base form is right, and we have used is, like from the formula we have used is, because this is the sentence like. And the sun rises in the east. This is also third person, the sun. Okay, now we'll talk about the more explanation of present indefinite tense. Like the main sentence is she writes a letter every day. Now, how we'll do it in negative form? How we'll do it? How we'll give it to interrogative form? The system is, if you add doesn't or don't. Here, this sentence is uh, organized by third person nouns. So this is why here is doesn't. And if there is first person noun, then or second person, then we will use don't. So doesn't or don't, it will sit before the base form, right? And the verb reverse from writes to write. I mean, the sentence is from third person noun. So we have used does, and we use writes, she writes. But when we will do it to negative, then we will not use writes, but instead of writes, we will use write. That's simple. And just there will be a simple change. We will use does before noun. Okay, then it will be converted from main sentence to interrogative sentence. Okay, now we'll talk about present continuous tense. What is actually present continuous tense? Present continuous tense describes actions happening right now or ongoing action. That means at this moment, what is happening inside us. Like we are going through a class now. That means we are learning. We are learning. That means still now we are learning. So this action is still continued. So this is called continuous tense. I mean present continuous tense. And if we think about the form, subject am is are, verb ing. Here am is for first person. I mean for if I consider myself I, then we will use am. And for third person singular number, we will use is. I mean, for she or he, we will use e. And for second person, I mean, we and they, we will use are. So she is writing a letter right now. That means still now he is writing a letter, and this action has not been finished. It is continued. So this is an example of uh, third person based sentence. And if we think about second person, then they are studying for their exams. So that's all about present continuous. Now we will go to some structure. I mean, the main sentence was like she is writing a letter right now. But if we do it to negative form, then what will be? I discussed in a simple sentence like there will add a extra not. So this is the thing. She is not writing a letter right now. And if we give it into interrogative form, then we will use a auxiliary. That means the auxiliary which goes with the main sentence. We will add it before the noun. That means, is she writing a letter right now? Like this. Now we will talk about present perfect tense. What is actually referred by present perfect tense? Okay. Present perfect tense actually describes action completed at an unspecialized time or actions with relevance to the present. That means in present time, yes, action was started, but in this present time, it has finished. I mean, we didn't start it in past, just still now it is present, but it has been finished. So we can call it present perfect. And we will use subject and auxiliary. And we have to remember that for present perfect tense, the auxiliary is has and have. Okay, has and have. And most important thing is here the verb form will be changed. Like for present indefinite tense, we used the base form, right? Like write, get, eat, drink, like that. And in past present continuous tense, we are formed it like ing, with ing, like going, eating, sleeping, drinking. And in present perfect, we will use the past participle form of verb. Like if you talk about write, uh, the previous sentence was based on the verb write. So here we will use written, because written is the past participle and third form of the verb, like V3. In a word V3, that means she has written a letter. I mean, she completed writing a letter, but also its result is action is also continued. So we can consider it like uh, present perfect tense. And another example, they have visited Paris. And we will not give the structure of negative and interrogative for this tense, because we have learned how to convert from uh, main sentence to interrogative sentence or negative sentence. So it's your turn. You will try to convert, and if you don't get it, then you will knock me or any other teacher of our English Institute. They will help you. And everybody is noting down in your khata, in your notebook or not? Please respond. We have to note down, okay? Fahim, brother, are you
Yeah,
noting down?
yeah. I'm noting down on my
Okay.
notebook
And
everything.
Papia Bhattacharya, I think you are also
Yes,
writing down,
yes,
right?
yes, yes, yes.
Okay, thank you, sister. Okay, very soon, at least within 20 minutes, our main, our first class will be finished. Okay, so be with us and focus in the class. Okay, now we'll talk about present perfect continuous. This is the uh, fourth position of present tense, and it's actually describe actions that started in the past and are still continuing or were recently completed. Like, for example, first of all, I am not going to example. I am giving my opinion. I have been living in Joshua for, I have been living in Joshua since 2028. Sorry, 2008. That means in past, we started living in Joshua, but still now we are living in Joshua. So that's why it is called started in past, but is still continuing. Okay. For example, she has been writing a letter for 2 hours. That means for 2 hours, she is writing a letter, and still she is writing a letter. And she started to write a letter at least 2 hours ago. Okay, but still she is writing. So that's why its action is still continued. And another example is they have been living here since 2020. Now you can ask me that where we use for and where we use since. You have to notice if the time is short, I mean 5 minutes, 1 hour, 2 hours, 5 hours, like this, then we will use for. But the duration is big. I mean the time duration is big, like 1 year, 2 year, 5 years. Then we have to use since. Have you got it? Please respond. Fahim,
Got it.
my class is understandable for you or not? I mean, everything is English. We are not using our native language because you know that in international courses there are learners from different countries, so we can't use native language, right? So
Yeah,
Fahim, yeah, you are
absolutely.
understanding me or not?
No, I'm understanding. The class is very understandable.
Okay,
And
Papia, sister, can you understand or we have to?
Yes, yes, absolutely. And if it goes like this, then only we can improve ourselves because
I
all the
know.
doubts will be clear then.
Yeah, I know you know everything about tenses. I mean, Fahim, Papia, me, our son, Mr. Okta, we know about tenses, all know, but it is required because this is a part of this course, and on them
Yes,
we have
yes,
to learn it.
absolutely.
Just that's why. Okay.
Agree,
And
100%.
next time in another classes there are difficult grammar rules. Okay. So just we have to go slowly.
Sure,
Okay.
sure.
Now we will talk about past simple. In past simple, the form is like subject and past verb. Past verb mean what is meant by past verb. Past verb mean is its another name is V2. V2. I mean second form of verb. Right. If we talk about write, then the form will be wrote. If we talk about drink, the form will be drank. If we talk about get, the form will be got. I mean second form of verb, and I think you are familiar with it. Example, she wrote a letter yesterday, and they traveled to Japan last year, like that. I am going fastly because I know you know these things, and but if you have anything to understand, then after completing this course, I mean first class, I will give you chance to ask my questions. you will ask me that time. Okay, now past continuous describes action that were ongoing at a specific time in the past. That means same thing we were talking for present continuous, but we have to understand it for past continuous. That means in past a action was started, but its action was still continued in that time. We can understand it like that. And if we think about its structure, the structure will be subject or or verbing. Here we have to notice that was and were. This is the auxiliary of past continuous tense, and was is for third person singular number, and were is for first and second person. I mean, I, we, they, like that. And examples: she was writing a letter when I called her. That means she was writing, and its action was continued in past in that time, like that. And they were watching TV at 8 p.m. Now we'll talk about past perfect tense. It's actually describes actions completed before another action in the past. I mean, not in present. It was talking about past. And the its structure of this tense is subject had past participle. Same thing what we discussed in present perfect, we have to use V3. For example, she has written the letter before the meeting, and they had finished their homework before dinner. And most importantly, if we talk about past perfect, then there is a addition, we have to use before and after, but this is not mandatory. Actually, context goes this situation. That's why we use before, after. But this is not the main part of past perfect tense. Okay. Now we will be talking past perfect continuous tense. What is actually meant by past perfect continuous? It describes actions that are ongoing up to a specific point in the past. For example, someone started to do anything in past, but its action was finished, but they didn't get its result. Then we can consider it past perfect continuous. For example, subject had been verbing, and it's really matter of happy that we are using only had been, but it's difficult for future and present, because there is also a process of has, and we have to uh, understand that where we have to use has or where we have to use have. But there is only one auxiliary, that is had been. If we remember it, then it's better when we talk about past perfect continuous tense. And for example, she has been writing the letter for an hour before I arrived. And another example is, they had been waiting for the bus for 30 minutes. So that's all about past tense. Now we'll talk about future tense. I mean, the action which will happen next in future. Future simple tense actually describes actions that present, not in past. It will happen in future, and is its structure subject, will, base verb. Here base verb, I mean main form of verb. And the examples are, she will write a letter tomorrow. they will travel to Japan next year. Now we'll talk about future continuous tense. Future continuous tense is like if we talk about its uses, then it describes action that will be ongoing at a specific time in the future, and the structure will be subject, will be verb. That means we will use a subject, and there will be auxiliary. And many people think that if we talk about future tense, then there is only one auxiliary. Many people tell that only one auxiliary for future continuous, but not. There is at least four. There is at least four auxiliaries in future tense. Like for future indefinite, we will use will, and for future continuous, we will use will be. Here, be is the addition which attached with main auxiliary, I mean will, and this has been will be, and this total two words makes a one word, and this is actually expressing a thing of auxiliary, and or like auxiliary, and we have to use verb plus ing, like present continuous and past continuous. And for example, she will be writing a letter at 8 p.m. and they will be traveling to Japan next summer. For general life, for daily activities, we generally talk about if we use future tense, then just we try to use future indefinite tense, but continuous tense, perfect tense, and future perfect continuous tense, these three tense are not used available in daily lives. But if we research in English, if we talk about newspapers, if we listen international newses, then we will get huge uses of these three tenses. So now that's why we'll learn future perfect tense. Generally, future perfect tense describes actions that will be completed before a specific future time. For example, you are talking like from tomorrow, we will start a course, and I mean from 2 September 2024, we will learning English, and we will finish it to 2025 in January. That means there is a specific time duration. There is a few months you have uh, done it in a schedule. So that's why this is a specific time. And for this specific time, if you want to put the action of future tense, then you have to use future perfect tense. For example, subject will have past participle. Like she will have done. Example, she will have written the letter by the end of the day. And another example is they will have finished their project by next week. So this is all about future perfect tense. Now last tense, what we are learning, and through this last tense of this total 12 tenses, we will finish our first day. Okay, first day lesson. And now we are talking about future perfect continuous tense. Generally, it describes actions that will be ongoing up to a specific future point. And its formula or structure is like subject will have been, verb been. For example, she will have been writing the letter. She will have been writing the letter